We're live. We're back. Memorial Day weekend. We're here, and we're going to finish off last week's topic, and we're going to go into the steps of retrieving that firearm in your carry position. We'll see you when you get back. All right, we're here. We're back, and what we got going on? I don't know what we got going on. Tell you the truth. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Rumble. We're live on YouTube, and I need you guys to go ahead and like the channel on Rumble, and also like and share the channel on YouTube. Share the channel on Rumble too. You know what I'm saying? And we need the more viewership, the more stuff we get out, and people can hear us and hear what we got to say. It's not going to cost you a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? A couple of clicks. You guys do that.
We're making a way.
Yeah, and most of you cats do that on YouTube, and you watching these massage videos. You know what I'm saying? So you're probably liking chicks on Instagram and everything else. And so this, if you liking them, like us, we're talking some real smack and some truth. And them chicks ain't doing nothing but for you, man. You guys sitting there looking at these chicks, and next thing you know, you go in the other room and you wear out your hands and stuff like that. You guys got to stop that, man. Get to some positive stuff and some stuff that's going to free your mind and let you learn something instead of trying to look at these bimbos on Instagram and everywhere else, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. Stop feeding into that madness. And I see you, WK, out there. Thank you for supporting the show. I also see you on Rumble, and appreciate you, my man. And before we go any farther, let's go ahead and thank the sponsor of the show, and that is SaberTeamTactical.com. Type it in your browser and go to the website, and you're going to see this page right here. Go ahead.
Yep. And when you get there, what you're going to see after that is first one, Right to Bear. We talk about it all the time. That's our partner here, and we'd like you to take a look at them. If you do not have a protection plan, check them out. They'll help you out immensely. Use SABER, Saber, and you'll save some money. Can't speak enough about it. You guys look into it. Everything you need is in there. Money up front. When you call them, immediately with the first call you make, you're speaking to a lawyer. So that's privileged conversation. Nobody can get that information. They will direct you and get you in line if anything happens. Not only does it protect you with firearms, protect you if you use your fist, use your feet, flying saucer kick or whatever, double roundhouse karate flip kick, all that stuff. They got you. They'll cover all of that for you. You pick up a telephone and bust somebody in the head with a telephone. They got you covered. Win, lose, or draw. They got you. They won't come in and say, well, you've been charged, so we're dropping off. Nope. They won't come in and say, you pay the bail and we'll pay you back. They'll come and pay your bail. So all these things right up there. Firearm taken, confiscated for evidence, boom, they got you. On the scene. So as soon as you get out, you need a bail, come in with a bail bondsman, getting you out. Once you get out, give you a new gun, and you'll be covered. You won't go down. Look it up. See, what's those guys' names? Something lawyers. So that new program.
Two attorneys. Yeah.
And they're good. They're listening to them. They're pretty good guys. And what I liked about them is they went through all these other ones prior when they were just isolated in their own state and they couldn't get out. Now they're nationwide. And they went down the list and check marks, and they were calling out these other companies a long time. They got to Right to Bear. Didn't have much to say. They nitpicked it. There's some things that they found, but it's always going to be that way when you have some pieces in there that's small, fine print. they're always gonna have fine print, and they were able to just kind of pick and nitpick little pieces. But overall, they said it's a decent program. So this is the competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those are the type of things that you look at and say, okay, give it a thumbs up because move forward because this is the guys that are trying to take it down. They want the business from that Right to Bear is getting, right? Training. There's training on there. You go to the website. Even if you're not a member, you can take a look at some of the training offerings that they have there. They do seminars and webinars and all that kind of stuff right from there. So there's a lot that you get other than just the protection when you join. So it's
Yep.
pretty big. Yep.
And from there, click on classes, and we'll go from there. But meantime, I'm gonna give a shout out to Ralph. Thank you
Hey,
for
Ralph.
watching the show. Appreciate you, my man. And
Rolex.
yeah, I ain't gonna dog him no more about that watch, man.
All right.
I had enough.
That's a
You
new
know what I'm saying?
nickname, man. I gotta
Yeah,
shout
no,
him out, man.
no. He good, man.
I know he's
He,
good to go.
yeah.
We're gonna start off with the one-on-one training. That's what we do. We will get with you, and we have an assessment that we run. Once we see that assessment, see where you are, we start building from there. We do different drills. We do demonstrations. We all demonstrate. All three of us demonstrate. You call it, we'll shoot it. You don't understand it, we'll shoot it again. We will demonstrate it till you understand it. One-on-one groups don't matter. This group, we shoot together and we demonstrate. Don't have a problem. Any of these topics that you see here that don't have a date, you can ask us and we'll bring that out for you. Whether it's concealed carry or any of the long guns, we'll do all of that. Our first class is going to be on the second line. I think it's July, and that's going to be July 14th. That's a rifle and PCC class. That class is really good because what it does is it allows you and teaches you how to drive your rifle so that you're working that rifle the way that you or PCC the way you would a pistol. And a lot of people have asked me like, how do you do that? One, it's the formation, the way you holding the rifle and the grip, and then you have to learn to drive it. And after that, it's a lot of body mechanics and making sure that the brain understands where you're pointing and the offset of your arms and all that good stuff. So we can talk all the scientific stuff, but basically when you come out, you're putting your body now so that your rifle and PCC move the same way that you would a pistol. And think about it, pistol shorter, and the rifle's longer, but you're going to combine that, and then you're going to blaze through targets. And that's the dude sitting below me on this side right now. And what was that group that you used to shoot with?
I used to shoot with um,
The rifle one, U.S.
yeah,
Army.
U.S. Arms. I used to
Yeah.
shoot U.S. Arms. Yeah, I did that for a couple of years.
Yeah. Were they happy to see you all the time, every weekend?
Oh yeah, me and Wayman used to shoot. He used to shoot in one of the other areas, and we used to combine and come together at sharpshooters, and then we used to come together at Georgia Firing Line. So we'll always be in the top 3. You know what I'm saying? And well, a lot of people used to hate us. Yeah, I got some hate.
That's what I remember when I first
Yeah.
came out. And the guys that I met, and they're like, yeah, this one guy. And he's like, Alfonso, oh, you know him? Yeah, yeah. And I show them that we were on, and they're like, oh, conversation changes. I showed when we were doing the podcast out at South River, and I would show them the videos, and then the whole conversation would go a different way. But anyway, that's the kind of person that will be in front and leading the class. So you're in good hands. Then we go back up, and August 25th will be Concealed Carry, Stop the Bleed. That's the first one, right? Stop the Bleed, Concealed Carry. Learn how to use a tourniquet. Learn why you should carry one. Learn the Israeli gauze. Learn to stop the bleed. Learn pressure. Learn triaging and realizing what you can and can't do. Keep people from going into shock. All of that for $150 on an all day class, and you get rounds to go down range, and you get a little bit of chaos going on. So all these things go on that you need to come out to, and you need to learn, because if you don't know it now, it's getting kind of late. You need to know how to do that instantly. It should be something that you can practice at home. You can pop that tourniquet out, know how to store it, know how to put it in a position so that when you need it for yourself, you're getting it out and you can open it and put it on. No matter what whether it's a leg or arm, you have to be able to do that. You can't just say, I'm going to do it this way one day and do it this way the other. It has to be the same way every time, each and every time. No way around that. We're going to go down to the next one, and that's a it's valuable. You get a lot of value out of it. Stop the Bleed medical and rifle battle class. That's the one where not only that chaos from the first one, now it's increased. You're working with partners that you may never have seen before. Now they're helping you, and you're helping them pop smoke. You don't get that anywhere else. We were watching videos from guys in another state, and they're using smoke and people because they're following behind. This guy's been popping smoke since I met him, and this was about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where if you've never been involved in a situation like that, you never had training where smoke and chaos was going on, you need to come to this just for that experience. And then not only is the chaos going on, but he's the master of this. He's controlling it, because I watched him where it was like, I'm looking at him like, you're going to let this keep going? And then all of a sudden he's index, and he knows exactly where we're going. He calls it. How many times I said this one? I walk over and I'm messing with him. I'm like, yo, what's the round count at this time? And he looks like Rain Man as he's looking up in the sky, and then he goes, about 442. Get out of here, 442. I walk over to one of the guys that's still shooting. That's how many rounds you got. I think it's about 400 something. Like, bro, how you come up with that? And I mean, he's done it a number of times now. It wasn't just the one-off. It's been a number of times. So
I don't even actually remember doing that. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm next time I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna get ready to record it while I'm gonna set it up, because you said it the last time. We were just having casual conversation. I said, what do you think the round counts are right now? And you said some crazy number like 442. Around 440, 442, somewhere around there. And I'm like, how do you get the fucking 2? And that's what I do. I said, okay. I go over and I'm looking at the guys. Hey, man, where you guys at? About 440 rounds. This guy. So my point is, it's an exact same thing as he's saying he doesn't know. It's just what he does, and he keeps it all in his head, and he knows the round count. So if he tells you 1,000 rounds, it's going to be damn close. He may come up 100 short, maybe even come up 50 short one day, but most times the round count is dead on. So you're going to shoot almost everything that you bring out there, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And then the last class was that rifle and tactical gear class, intermediates and above. So if you take PCC and you stop by for the Stop the Bleed or either one, most likely the rifle and battle class one, you'll be eligible. Rifle and tactical. We're not teaching how to shoot in this one. It's all moving and shooting. Or moving and shooting. No teaching to shoot. Moving is the biggest part. The tactics, being in the right place at the right time, being able to follow directions and be there, being able to keep your firearm, your rifle and pistol going no matter what happens. Common sense now is thrown out the window, and he gives you the tactical sense that you need, because it's that you may think, oh, I'll just do this, and that will be the most dangerous thing that you could ever do, because it's what you have to do in order to stay within the group. We run 6-man group, so you got to fall within the parameters, and sometimes what you think is easy and safe is the most dangerous thing you could ever do. And that I'm just gonna tell you, I've seen what's that thing we say? If you feel the pressure on you, just relax. You'll be wrong. We're gonna bring
you feel my hand touch you, don't fight it.
Don't fight it. Just
fight it.
Just come on back to the right. We're bringing you from the wrong to
the
right.
Way it's gonna maneuver you in a direction. Right. Go with the maneuver.
Just go with the maneuver.
I'm trying to correct something. You know what I'm saying?
Keep you out of harm's way. Yeah. And I've seen toes come off the ground. He probably don't remember that neither. But I got witnesses on that one. Omar, and the toes come off the ground, and then I also seen Omar get in one of them damn football positions, looking like he was about to tackle somebody, because he was right. The dude was worthy of being tackled because he was a little off. Yeah, and Omar was ready, and that was when it kind of came together. It was like everybody's watching, and we see what happened, and all three of us are kind of like, paying attention for the next one and back to the next one. So if you went that way, I cover you, and you help Omar and all that good stuff, but nothing ever happened, because we had it under control.
And that's usually a standard with of the guy in Rome. He does the same thing. If you do anything crazy, he will tackle you. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
and I mean, you have to save everybody else.
yeah.
Yeah, and some of these things that I'm saying, if you've been there, then you know. If you've never been there, then I'll try to explain to you. You turn right, and you're supposed to turn left. You may be pointing your gun at good guys, the guys that need
Mm-hmm.
you. So you have to do
Mm-hmm.
exactly that. You can't go left. You can't say, well, I'll just do it this way this time. You can't do that. You got to do exactly the same thing every time. And that's because we are standing in positions that you may point the gun at us. And we stand out of the way. So if you turn this direction, that means you went wrong because we're not in your way if you do it right.
But I'm gonna be standing close enough to you so
Mm-hmm.
I can grab you.
Exactly.
So I will not be no more than one arm's distance from you.
Right.
You know.
And
So,
it's repetitive. That's the other part. It's repetitive. We do these things over and over and over and over again. Dry, empty, no guns, walkthroughs, all of
yeah.
that so you get comfortable before we actually go live.
Yeah.
And then when we go live, we move with the crawl, walk, run
Yeah.
theory.
No running in any of my classes.
Well, yeah, but running, but that's the
Yeah.
theory. It's like
Walk, crawl, run. Yeah.
you walk, then you crawl. Wow, you was a weird one.
I mean, crawl, walk, run.
Thank you. That's what I said.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, sometimes you may have to crawl. Yeah, I did a crawl in Korea. And crawled in the rice paddies. That was some nasty crap. Oh my god. Yeah, but those are the classes, and check them out. Don't be scared, and come on down. Laser engraving. Oh, I have a laser engraving company. I just made this little box here for my uncle's birthday is coming up here. He's 102 this Saturday, next Saturday. And
Happy birthday, Unc.
yeah, so it's got fragile, handle with care. I'm gonna put $100 bill and a $2 bill in here. And we're gonna give him a card and gonna put it in a little box. It's nothing you can do for a person who's over 100 years old. You know what I'm saying? Except give him money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's seen everything, he's got everything, so that's all you can do. And but I make little trinkets and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? I think the biggest one I do is the Saber Team Tactical phone stands. I make phone stands. This is my biggest sellers. So when I do shows and stuff, then the next show we got coming up is I think it's October, September. It's nothing really spectacular, but I've been doing a lot of portraits. And my portrait work is amazing. You know what I'm saying? It blow you away on some of the portrait work. But if you want to see some of that stuff, go to the saberteamtactical.com site. Also, you can message me in there, and I'll send you a link to the Saber Team engraving site, or you can see it on the Facebook page. Saber Team Tactical Facebook page. I have a business page too. And let's go ahead and stop this. Let's go ahead and WK. Yep, said we ran them hard in U.S. Arms. Yes, we did. We had a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? And it was a blast. I do miss U.S. Arms. I technically do, but the cough messed up everything. And I had just cleaned my gun, was getting ready to go do another U.S. Arms, and so all of a sudden the cough shut down the whole thing. And man, my gun was all pristine, polished, and ready to go. I had ammo, and I was fresh. And I was like, man, I'm going for the gusto this year. I'm about to turn it up. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just boom. So, you know what I'm saying? And also on Rumble, Unfolding Joker. Yep. Good evening to you. We see you over there on Rumble, and appreciate you for stopping in. And so last week we was talking about carry positions of your firearms, and we talked about the appendix carry. We talked about 3 o'clock. We talked about shoulder holster cross draw. We talked about off the body carry. That's the guys with the man purse or a female with a purse. And now let's talk about how you're going to retrieve that thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? And when you, I know WK brought up an excellent idea that what he does when he drives, he carries cross draw while he's driving, so you don't have to deal with the holster and the seatbelt because he's right-handed at the 3 o'clock. Have any of you guys even thought about that? Having that pistol at 3 o'clock when you're driving, you have to deal with that seatbelt buckle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cross draw is good to have it there. I do not recommend putting it in the console because if you get in a car accident, that gun's going all over the place.
Even if you don't get in a car accident, if you stop short, it's going to flip out.
It's going to flip out. Yeah. And if it's not a Glock, it's probably going to go off. Especially if it's a SIG 320, you're going to get shot. You know what I'm saying?
Product placement.
Product placement. And so I know a lot of people have been putting the magnets while you're in the car, you know, but let's talk about the body first and we'll go to the vehicle. Mm-hmm. And for me, I carry 3 o'clock and I always have a long shirt. So what would I do if I perceive a threat? If I'm on my feet, not in the vehicle, not in the car? I position my hands around my pockets, you know, and so usually when I position my hands around my pockets, they're positioned high, so my thumbs are only in the pockets itself, and they're at the high position. Mm-hmm. The reason I do that because I can sweep with my left and pull my shirt up, and as the shirt's coming up, the right hand can go and grab a good grip on the pistol, and you know I can and start engaging from either the hip or fully extended out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm staging myself without actually exposing myself, because that's the last thing I want to do if I'm out on public is go ahead and put my hand on my gun. Because in some states, if you even show your firearm, you can be presented with a what do they call it again, Al?
Brandishing.
Yeah, brandishing. Even if you don't point it at the person,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Even if they just saw it, you know. Yeah,
right. You remember in the old days in the like space, like these gang, like not gangsters, but the gangs, the Bloods and the Blood, the West Side Story guys, like the Sharks and the Jets. And they used to just kind of like pull their shirt up a little bit to show you that, you know, they had a knife or a bat underneath their same thing, same premise. It's like you're threatening somebody, you're letting them know that, you know, I got a gun, I'm going to use it. That's what they're saying. So it's not necessary to do. If you go, and there's a lot of street legends that people think are law. If you draw your gun, that doesn't mean you have to shoot your gun. You should be willing and ready to shoot your gun. But if the threat goes down or runs away and you got your back to the person, don't shoot him. If the person was in your house and now he leaves your house and he's running away, don't shoot him. And that is my advice. Yes, I'll tell you that right now. I can stand on that. Don't shoot him if he's running away. And a lot of times people say, you know, it changes. This is very quick. He was aggressive and then he changed his mind. If he turns away and you can recognize it, don't shoot him. And you hear what I said? If you can recognize it. If you can't recognize it, you got to do what you got to do. That's what they have lawyers for.
But that's Al's tip for the day. But we're talking about drawing. So, you know, that can get down to a legal conundrum. You know what I'm saying? But that's his tip for the day. But let's get into the drawing.
Yeah, in the drawing position, you got to be able to get the grip, get your hand on the grip.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah,
and I see a lot of those, what you were talking about in the bag, where the grip is not in the same place twice in 2 times in a row.
What becomes the most important is what I'm gonna ask a question. What is the most important thing when you're retrieving the firearm? What's the most important? All right, and WK said, just got a new Kydex Ambi inside the waistband holster. Wear right side at 3 o'clock and a cross draw when driving. Is that the one with looks like that's the one with the is that the one WK with the clips with the heart? Is it the I forgot what they call those clips?
Yeah,
those new clips
revamped. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one with the clips? Because that's the only way I can see you moving it around like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if the clips are able to be on both sides, you can do it.
I haven't seen one on the Kydex. If it is, that's something unique. You know, because I know they have them for the appendix carry. Yeah. I don't like clips. I always use standard clips on mine with the belt runs through because fight, running,
So you don't
falling.
like the ones that you could easily remove, like
Mm-mm.
that you pull
No,
open.
because I wear he wears inside the waistband, so he has friction from his body to to make it tight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I carry outside the waistband, so no, I don't want a clip. I have to have it tight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the way I do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to the folks on Rumble. Say hi,
Yep.
guys. Let us know where you're from, because we found out there's a big following of folks from all over the country, and we're here in just the great state of Georgia, and we like to just say hi to you guys wherever you are.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
WK,
Here we go.
what kind of clips are they? No, that's not it.
Oh no, he said WK said tip use Armor All spray on the inside for quick slick draw. Oh,
Teflon
bro.
too. So if you're trying to break in a new holster, especially the Safari line,
Okay.
spray it with a little silicone.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a tip because I never even knew about that tip. That's a good tip right there. So
Yep. Silicone works too. If
Yeah.
you get silicone in the Safari Land holsters, they recommend it.
Oh yeah.
Because
Okay.
some of the Safari Land, if you lock it in, probably the SLS, and you put it in properly, that gun's damn near wedged in. So you got
to yank on it.
Loosen it to the point where the security, because at that point it's outside the waistband holster mostly for duty guys, cops, and whatever else.
So the question, to go back to the question, what's the most important thing when you're drawing? It's the grip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a secure type of grip, and your what comes secondary and third is the sight picture. Sight picture, sight alignment is secondary, and the trigger is actually the third. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So a person with a good grip and if the target is close enough, and we've seen guys shoot off the hip many days, many times without aiming, and they can shoot and still hit targets up to 15, almost 20 yards sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you just have to practice, and but it can be achieved and done. You know, so you don't need, it's good to have sight picture, sight alignments, so you know it's exactly what you're hitting at if you're not the experienced. But it's been a proven point where you can actually hit off the hip and still hit your target. And
it's part of instinctual shooting.
Yeah.
And some people call it nowadays, they change the name to sightless shooting. But that's kind of hard when it comes to defending it in court when you say sightless. Like you had no idea where the gun was or where the index was. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Omar?
All good.
So we got a special guest. Omar's in the house.
Slide over, crowd over, and slide over a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. And so we're talking about steps in retrieving your gun in the carry position, because last week we were talking about different styles of carry positions, and I was just explaining how I position my thumbs around my pockets and position them high so I can maneuver one hand to hit the shirt and the other hand hit the gun. Mm-hmm. Everybody has different techniques on how they're going to do it. I mean, some people will blade themselves toward the target. Some people will square off toward the target. And, and it's almost like, looking like a John Wayne movie at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do a similar thing. My thumb, if I'm carrying conceal, especially if I'm doing appendix, and I actually take Al's teachings, and I look at something on their shirt, on their chest, a button, something like that, and
you're already targeting. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
you're targeting. That's targeting.
Working at the store, you get people that come to the counter, and you never know what they're gonna do, who they are, what they're feeling, and talking with people, sometimes this starts to go left. And I mean, yeah, it's a posture. I mean, shit, my hand is on my gun a lot because it's like, I don't know what this person's going to do. And I will start tearing off rounds and we'll figure all the rest out. It'll be on camera.
Right.
No, I'm not going to cede the ability. Now, granted, I'm not a scary person. I'm just reading the situation. Some people are scary, then it gets to a whole nother place. But mine is only if it's like, okay, I'm talking to you, you're crazy. I need to start trying to get away. And if I can't get away, then it's like, yeah, I got to make I put myself in the best possible position. And usually it's, I have to flank them of some way, shape, or form on the counter.
Now I know Al for a fact. For years, when you was police officer, your biggest thing with you, Al, is always watching the hands.
Right.
And I know you watch the hands a lot. And I was just about to ask you, Omar, do you find yourself pushing to watch hands?
I don't watch the hands unless I see the posture kind of go the way. Like, all right, if I see your hands, then cool. If I don't see your hands, now I'm alert to what are your hands doing. Which is a thing now. It's summer. It's hot as hell out here. And you walking around with a damn hoodie and you come into the store with the hood on and your hands in your pocket. Dude, just that alone. You don't have to have a mask on. The hood on in the 90-degree weather, muggy as shit, with your hands in your pocket. You walk into a gun store and you come to a gun counter, and I say, "Hey, how's it going, man?" And then you just kind of mumble something, or you just look at me, or don't look at me at all. Like, I'm alert, dude. I'm alert. I'm like, you might get hurt, but at the same time, it's like, you haven't given me, outside of just what you look like and how your vibe is, you haven't given me a reason, but I'm alert. And now if somebody has their hands out and visible, they're just walking, they're not fidgeting or anything. Or if I hand them a gun, if I hand somebody a gun, I'm definitely looking at their hands. That's all I'm looking at. But if it's the situation where we're just talking, it's like usually somewhere neck, chest line, somewhere in that region, because I'm just like, as long as we're verbally talking and we're having a conversation like humans, everything's cool. But that's the thing. We have a psych ward that's like down the street too. So those people come in. Like, I had a guy come in and started going to the gun counter saying that he said that guns make people kill people. And I have a ex-Marine right now. Well, I guess not ex-Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine, but he's working at the counter. And he's still kind of getting used to being around people. And they were the ones that started talking first. So I had to step in and get him out of the situation because he was about to lose his mind on this guy. And then come to find out, this dude he's wacky. I'm sitting there talking to him, like, talking to a regular like person that has a viewpoint or something, or am I talking this dude, just started rambling because I didn't want to talk to him at a certain point because I'm like, nah, this seems like it's going left. Then he pulls out you don't want to talk to me because I'm smarter than you? And it's like, okay,
wow.
This is taking, you going another way with this. And then he realized I wasn't going to do anything. I'm not
he's trying to
just want to see how
an argument.
Started pushing his cart that was parked out front. And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't.
You didn't have no money in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so when you speak about the hands, Al, when you speak about the hands, one of the things that I was taught probably 1989, it was with the hands. So what happened was I went up to a guy, and this older guy was backing me up. And as I walked up to him, I said, "Let me see your hands," right? And that's what I was taught. And I saw the older guy kind of looked at me like, "The fuck you do that for?" So we go through it, nothing happens. Guy goes on his way. He said, "Why you ask him to take his hands out of his pocket?" I said, "So I could see him." And he said, "Okay, so what if he had a gun in it? You just told him to take your hand out of his pocket." So after that, I stopped telling people to take the hands out of his pocket. I walk all the way up to him and I make sure that when the hands come out of the pocket, that I'm taking them out with him. So that's why when you said I always watch the hands, because hands can kill you. Yeah, you can get headbutted and hurt too, but these are what's going to kill you. So you got to pay attention to where these are, right? And the arms, the shoulders, all that stuff kind of telltales of where your hands are going to go. So when I lift my arm, it's going to make a certain motion where you see my shoulder move, and it's going to roll and all those things, and you know those things. So same as if somebody's turning from you, and as they turn around, you know the kind of movement what's coming next with the hands. A knife, a gun, a baseball bat, something that's going to hurt you. So that's why I always pay attention to the hands. And then I see what WK is saying as well.
Yeah.
The other thing with me is I watch people's eyes, because the eyes will give it away. If people look, if they're trying to escape or
They'll telegraph it.
they're
telegraph
looking for air, right. Even in general conversations, like what Omar was saying, you get somebody who they start to realize that they're not as smart as the guy that's talking on the other side. So now they're trying to get out of the conversation. You can see where, all right, you know what? Let me let this guy go, because he's looking away. He's not paying attention to me anymore. He's trying to find a way out. Let him go. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Let me get some of these questions. WK was also talking about, we was talking about retention holster, adjusted retention on the holster for a secure hold, but an easy draw.
Right. And one way to determine if it's a secure hold is once you put the gun in the holster,
turn it upside down,
attach it to a belt, and turn it upside down. If it stays in, that's good. If it starts to fall out, tighten it to where it just hangs in there while it's upside down, and you got a good retention.
Make sure it's not a 6.360. No, 320. That's all. Let's make sure. And it's unloaded.
Against the 320, man.
And the 320, that's the ones that went off and were shooting everybody by themselves.
Shit.
Isn't that the one?
It's the one.
That's why I have against them. Yeah, that's the reason why. So WK said he stares at their eyes, scares the hell out of them. They think twice when I stare. Yeah, if you guys seen WK got he's got a hell of a scary stare when he's really focusing on something. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You can imagine if he's not talking and the person's wondering why he's not saying anything to me, and he just
just looking at him.
This almost like the how the Terminator do it. He's just looking and just you know, sizing up distance, height, you know, and I mean, you gotta. Yeah, it's different ways, but you got to be very good about doing your stuff. Now, if I need to, let's say if I'm in my car and I see a scary moment, and or if I'm at home, I see a scary moment, my gun automatically comes out at home. You know what I'm saying? I don't even wait; it's out. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if I'm in my car and I'm sitting down and I see a threat that's coming up or a possibility of a threat, my gun's coming out. You know what I'm saying? So, and the reason being because in the state we live in, our car is our castle. And so we have that luxury. I still can't point it out the window unless I'm pulling the trigger. Right. But I can actually prepare the firearm and have it ready to go without actually showing the threat what's going on, because they may not be a threat. And when they see a gun, the first thing they do, and I don't know why the police always do this, what the gun looks like. First thing they say is black. You know what I'm saying? So yes, everybody got black guns. So I think about
people may have a silver one.
I'm a spray paint mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm a spray painted a color. So and they say, yeah, those are black guns. My gun's not black. Look. You know, right. They were lying.
There's some stainless out there.
Yeah, because they always say that.
Technically, it's blue.
What's that?
Blue.
Yeah. Well, that's why I carry I carry the dagger. It's green. You know what I'm saying? So, so now if they say, he's got a black gun, no, it's not black. It's green. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you never saw it. I never drew it. You know what I'm saying? And if I drew it, you would be able to tell the story anyway. So what are you talking about? You know? Yeah.
But so a lot of times you get people who they find out that you are armed. They find a reason to call the police on you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Especially people and that's what it goes back to is to how you dress with that firearm, because you don't want to be. Yeah, there's a lot of you cats still out here wearing these tight ripped jeans, tight shirts, you can see the appendix carry on you a mile away. You know what I'm saying?
The front is sagging right in
Right.
front.
Oh boy, the sagging.
Right.
I mean, you got sagging in the front and sagging in the back. That's crazy.
Right. I mean, it's
That's-
like, come on, dudes, change the way you dress. You know, some of you cats and some of you guys are walking around with jackets on and it's 80, 90 degrees. We know you got a gun on. You know
Did
what
I
I'm
tell you
saying?
about the guy that there was somebody I saw on YouTube? I can't remember who that said you do not have to change the way you dress in order to conceal carry.
Mm.
Yeah,
There's
and
a
I was
whole
like, I wanted to
initiative.
send, I forgot to send it to you. I
Yeah.
wanted to send it to you because I don't know how you do that. How do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like if you wear the actual size of your pants. So if you're 38, you wear 38. How do you put a gun inside that? I mean,
Inside the waistband.
and come inside the waistband and be comfortable,
Yeah.
especially appendix.
Yeah.
You know, it's always been said, if you look at the gun manufacturers and the people who manufacture belts for quality belts, should I say, they always say your belt size is 1 and then add 1 or 2 inches more.
Yeah.
So when you buy the belt, if you're 38, you're buying a 40-inch belt so that you can keep the gun properly.
I don't think most of these cats, I know you carry appendix, Omar, right? So I don't think most of these cats are comfortable with appendix and neck because if you notice appendix carriers always are quick to draw their guns and bring it out
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get the relief. You know,
You think that helps make them faster?
yeah, I think if they do it to get some relief, like, oh, that
Yeah.
feels good. And
Dude, I mean, that's the thing. I appendix carry because I'm standing up the whole damn day. So it's
Yeah.
like it's just and then I also this is can I don't know. Can I say his name?
No.
Al, the one that the Marine.
you,
No.
you
His
say it's,
whole-
I would do that. No.
Well, just all right. Well, there's a buddy
Just
that
keep
we
it
shot
Marine.
with that
Yeah,
has
the good guy, the
that-
bad guy. The
that's
good
a
guy, the
story.
bad guy. That's it. The good guy?
The good
The
guy.
one that lives further away. Yeah, you can say his
Yes.
name. He don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say S. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
But
what-
yeah,
he's all right. He's cool.
Yeah, his story about getting jumped and having the gun in his back.
Mhm.
That made me rethink it because usually I carry it on my side if it's outside the waistband holster, which is fine, and I usually adjust or I have a blade or something like that to cross over with. But appendix carry is just a little bit better behind the counter all day, so that's the only reason why. I get in the car. I mean, I take the time while I'm in the door jam to move the holster to the side.
Mhm.
Like that's all. It's that simple. And I feel like
Okay.
people come and they buy them, but I'm like, or they buy the holster and then I don't like the way that feels. But I'm like, how about you just move it to the side? And
Right.
then, it works. Yeah. Like it's you
More
can adjust.
Right.
You can make an adjustment to it, and your wardrobe. And people think like. Because there was a whole thing about that. You don't have to change how you dress, all of this. People want to wear sweats, all of that stuff, and it's like, okay, but there is a reason why you wear a belt with a gun in a holster. There's a reason. It's not just
Right. But what about the sweatpants guys?
they don't want to do it. They don't want to. They don't want
I
to.
mean, this guy asked me the other day about that metal clip. I think it's called a clip it.
Technically, oh my
he wanted
god!
one of those, and I was asking him like, "What are you gonna do with that?" And he said he wears sweatpants a lot, and he wanted to put that on his sweatpants.
No, that's horrible.
So
That's
how is that helpful? I said, how is that gonna keep your pants from sagging down? Then he thought about it. He said, "Doesn't it just clip on?" He wanted to literally clip it into his pocket.
No.
Yeah, and that's it's so dangerous. That shit scares the hell out of me.
There's a
People come
whole,
and they buy them and they do that. That's what they're doing it for. And I'm like, as soon as you grip your pants to pull them up, right where that gun is, it's gonna go off.
Right.
You're gonna grab the whole gun and the trigger and all of that shit. And I'm like, no, at least get a holster that is inside the waistband and covers the trigger. Jeez,
But you're gonna need something to support it as well. The belly band style
Yes.
holsters. I don't know the technical name. One maybe you guys know. Filster has one where it's a whole rig and it sits up underneath your clothes. You can appendix carry. You can put it off to the side.
Yeah,
It
they're good
drops
for a
down
while.
right below your belt buckle.
Yeah, the only problem with those, the Velcro gets snappy, and
No, this not a belly band. Let me see. I'll get you to
okay.
Nah,
So let me
it's like a
answer some of these
contraption. I
questions
know.
real quick. Let me go through this
the
this chat.
Enigma.
Okay, and because they do
Oh,
have a wardrobe that's for sweats, and I'm going to tell you the name of it after I get through this. WK says practice, practice, practice. You'll draw with your EDC and dry fire. It's a big key. We got Big Mike was in town. What's going on, Big Mike?
So,
What up?
Mike.
We got Reggie just stopped in. That's what's happening. Mike thinks that was crazy what we was talking about. And WK said, y'all heard of the new vibrating appendix carry holster designed for some special people. I just, oh my God. It's almost
No,
like
bro.
vibrating panties. I understand. You know what I'm saying? So we also have a new guy over on Rumble, MFS Showtime. Thank you for stopping through. But
Yep,
they
yep.
do have a set of sweats for the that you can carry in. It's called Arrowhead Tactical, and Arrowhead Tactical. They have different size. They have hoodies, they have sweatpants, they have shorts, but the gear is actually designed with a belt built into the sweatpants. So so you can carry appendix on there inside their sweatpants, and their hoodies have pockets on the inside, so you can actually draw while your hands in the hoodie, and go from there. And but they're not cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the one where that young guy was doing like real up close shooting, and he basically was popping out?
Yeah,
his clothes
that
were
was
guns?
Arrowhead.
Okay.
He had Arrowhead sweats on.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was all about.
And
so this is the one I was telling you about. I'm gonna share it right now, real quick. That's the Enigma. So that whole system right there, when you get this, when you can
that
put
shit
any
looks
holster or
complicated as fuck.
multiple holsters. And I said the same thing until I actually saw it. And in actuality, because you could put your own whatever holster that fits these attachments right here. You can put that in, and one of them this goes around your leg like a garter belt. This one goes
I ain't
over
doing
here,
all
this
that.
one goes
That's
bro. But I'm telling you, if you watch somebody put it on, I'll send you on YouTube. You watch somebody put it on, and it's simple. It's actually simple the first time you do it.
yeah. If you got a garter belt on, come on.
No,
man.
I'm just telling you. That's what I said when I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm just telling you, man.
I'm not doing that, dude. I'm not doing that,
bro.
man.
You not doing it. Look
He's
at
done.
this right here, Alan. You ain't.
He
doing
doesn't
it.
care anymore.
Put some, go ahead and put some diamonds on that
Oh,
band
Lord.
to go around there. No.
I like it. It looks cool.
But
WK
my
said
point. Go ahead.
he said, "What about the belly
first.
band?" Well, belly. And Mike said he loves the show. Thank you, Mike, for supporting the
Mike.
show.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Al, and I'll get
but
back to the belly band.
The belly band, and even if you don't get this one, you have to have some type of support similar to that. That Enigma, where it's going around your waist to hold up the supplement where you don't have a belt on. Now you have a drawstring in sweatpants, and some sweatpants just have elastic. That is going to hold it up and give you some form, because when you go to draw the gun, it has to release from something. So what I see a lot of,
It's more
is
secure.
people, yes, and people are not doing that. And you and I both know, all three of us, that the gun is going to topple over. It's heavy at the grip, so the grip is going to go away from your body.
I have
That's the whole reason why
experimented
they
for
made the what's that piece at the bottom, Omar? That hook, the not the hook. They make
Garter?
that piece at the bottom, on the back of inside the waistband holster, and it pushes it into your body. Right.
Yeah,
See?
they just now started doing that. They didn't do that before.
Right.
Yeah.
It's been the last couple of years. I mean, it's come along in the last 5 years.
Uh,
But those pieces are
A&I
designed-
holsters. They do
Yeah.
them.
Those pieces are designed to push the gun back into your body, because the grip is long, and two, just let me see where I'm at.
Keep it from flipping out.
Just
It
from-
keeps it.
from
Yeah,
go away
it
from
pushes.
it. Right.
It puts pressure on the inside, so it does it like this instead of the gun flipping out. Because naturally, the gun wants to flip out and sit out away from your body. You know, especially if you got some girth down there.
Right,
You know
it's
what I'm
gonna
saying?
push it away.
Yeah, and I experimented with belly bands for a year, and belly bands are horrible. You know what I'm saying? Especially here in Georgia, because it's hot. We sweat, and that belly band it irritates. You think that appendix holster irritates you? That belly band's gonna be even worse. It's gonna start itching. It's gonna get all nasty and nappy. You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta wash your thing after a day or two because it's gonna stink. You know what I'm saying? And if you laugh and if they don't use industrial strength Velcro, that Velcro, if you laugh too hard, bend over, or do any type of pressure against your body, that holster will flop open and flop right out. And then that gun will fall to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So belly bands are, I guess they're good if you walking. Like if you're going to go to the track and you had a small frame or mid-sized frame gun in that holster, that'd be ideal for you. Like if you're going on
it's the claw. Claw.
Claw.
Piece that is called the claw.
Okay. And so it's something like that. And so if you had something small, but if you had a gigantic, full-size, full-frame gun, you're trying to wear a belly band, don't do it. It is not worth it. And if you got a belly and trying to wear a belly band, that is another problem. It's not,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a new one that may change your mind. Now, let me see. Keep going. I got something for you.
They have improved the belly bands. I haven't bought any lately to test them out again. I'm just done with we're in Georgia, man. If we lived in a cooler state that, we didn't sweat all damn time. Dude, I sweat when I'm thinking about I'm sweating. You know what I'm saying? And so we didn't have that. I mean, I have to have like 2 or 3 of these things because they're gonna start stinking after a while, and they're gonna feel nasty when you put them on.
Everything that you just said is weird, dude. I don't know I know you didn't read this because I know you probably never came across this thing.
No,
this is like the bottom. They make them in different materials, right?
But they got this new neoprene sweat material that they have. Right, I've tried those too. They don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? They just. I've tried them.
We could tell.
And it just don't feel good. I got some in the package right now, the newest and the greatest ones I bought a couple years ago, and I was like, I'm gonna try these babies on. I bought them. There was a good price. Man, I ain't even busted packages out. They're still in the package, man. You know what I'm saying?
See it?
Okay, I see that one. Yeah.
And I mean, the Velcro is a little bit different. Looks like some kind of, I think that's Cordia material here. The thing that I don't like about them, okay, so you want to get that 10%. The thing that I don't like about them is this part right here, the retention part. Right? That's one thing. And then the other part is once you draw these things, it's hard to get them back in. You got to take it off in order to put it back in.
I don't know. You got to sweep. You got to turn you got to turn the belt to the front and put it back in. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to be very careful. You know what I'm saying? Because that retention device is going to really wants to get in between that trigger. So you got to be very careful when you're doing so you don't shoot yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm just they're good, I guess, if you're in a pinch, but I'm just like, nah, man, it's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather have a chest holster. I'd rather spend the money and have a chest holster and just wear a jacket over it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And just do that.
You're not wearing no jacket.
No, I'm not. We're not wearing no jacket at all in Georgia. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
Even in the wintertime, we ain't wearing. I wear shorts all year round.
I was going to hit you with that. I think for the most part, you could probably go all year long without a jacket.
Yes, I have shorts. Yeah. Everybody's looking at me talking about this. It's cold. I'm like, are you nuts? It's 70 degrees.
Shorts on in November. You had shorts on in December, and I'm like,
Yeah,
and a t-shirt on in January, March.
Right. It's never cold here, man. You know, it's ridiculous. Now, WK said, "What about ankle holsters?" Now, I'm not familiar with ankle holsters. That's Al's expertise because I think he carried an ankle holster for a long time.
Yeah. I don't think ankle holster is a bad idea, especially if you, like we mentioned earlier, like a niche situation. If you're driving in a car, one of the things we were talking about with cross drawing, if you don't want to do that, you ankle holster, you can put it in the ankle holster in the car, get out, leave it in the car. Secure, of course, but you can leave it in the car. You don't have to do it. But that's also because your ankle is closer when you're sitting down, right? Yeah. The thing about ankle holsters also, you have to practice with them because it's not the traditional. What you think is going to happen in your brain is not going to happen in reality. You got to take a knee. You got to draw that leg up. You got to get it out. If you wear pants like Al saying, you look like a superhero with the super tight pants. It ain't for you. It's not for you because you gotta get down. You gotta have some bell bottoms, loose fit, boot bottoms, whatever you want to call them.
Hey, you can't be wearing. What are those pants these guys wear? They're tight. No, they're very tight around their legs. What they call them? No, they're not. Guys are wearing them. Guys are wearing them. They're tight. They're tight pants.
Tactical leotards.
Well, I guess that's what they are, but they're tight. They're tight ankles all the way up in their legs. They don't wear loose pants anymore. These guys wear all tight pants, man.
Yeah, I seen them.
I'm like, what the hell is going on?
And that, but for people who are wearing more traditional clothing, ankle holster is definitely a viable, in my opinion. I mean, especially depending on what you're doing. If you're driving a long distance, say from one state to the next, definitely a good option. If you're in your car and you want to have something available at just a reach, it's straight down the middle. But I implore you, please practice that first. I've seen too many people think they're going to get it out just like lickety split. It's not a reactionary draw. It's one of those things where you have to either see it happening beforehand or go away from it, draw, and now you have protection. It ain't, if somebody you see here and this guy's reaching for his, you need to run down the block, get yours, and then maybe come back.
And hopefully it don't flip off that holster while you're running down the block.
What you just said, Al, is another thing. You got to
get down there and go drawing your guns away. You're like, what the hell?
Yes, exactly. I'm going to tell you this. This is one of those deals where the more you spend, the better it is. Just from my looking, you get one of those $27 ones off of Amazon, and your gun's gonna go skipping down the road like a hot puck. It's not good. You got to spend $65, $70, even to $100 on one of those jokers. And it has to have the one with, as we spoke about earlier, with a real garter belt. It's one that attaches, and it gives you some rigidity and some security at the top. And then you have to have a holster, and it's traditional. So you got to go back to a thumb brake. Most people have gotten away from thumb brakes because Kydex holsters are designed to give you retention inside the holster itself. So you don't need anything over top. It's not just a little pouch. It's actually form fitted to the gun. Well, when you go to these ankle holsters, a lot of times they're just pouches, and they need some type of retention to keep the gun inside
from flying out.
Yeah, and if you walk too hard, you start to realize, wait a minute, my ankle's too light.
Be walking by cop, your gun just fall out right in front of them.
Yep.
Well, you gonna go to retrieve it? No.
Dude, one of my mentors went to a dance back in the 80s, bro, and he had on doing the hucklebuck. He's cutting the rug. His 33 model 36 was spinning off on the side. Damn. And he said he felt it as soon as nothing he can do about it. It was already gone. And he said he moved his leg out, getting comfortable, getting jiggy with it.
Somebody else got it, didn't it?
It was light. No, it didn't go off. But
he had to
go retrieve it.
Oh, he had to go retrieve it.
He had to go retrieve it. I mean, you just stick your tail between your legs and go get it because,
right.
And this was in an area where they weren't really gun-friendly people. So,
okay.
Him and his wife soon exited the event.
Establishment before, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he laughed. He told me about it, and he's like, man, he felt like, oh, God, get this with no way.
If you know you got a gun on you, don't be cutting up the rug. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, why you out there trying to do the jig and carrying on? Get out of here, man. If you got a gun on you, man, be cool. Be cool.
Feeling good. Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
I ain't got time for that. I mean, come on, man.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
but you, like you said, you got to remember who you are and what you're carrying.
Yeah,
it's a whole different thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Big Mike said he don't like belly bands for now because you're going to sweat in this weather also because it's summertime here in Georgia, people. And Big Mike said practice is key. And skipping down the road is last. So let's go into the last one. Let's go into off the body carry. A lot of people are doing that nowadays since we went to constitutional carry in a lot of different states, 27, matter of fact. A lot of people are carrying off the body carry because they don't want to give up their tight man clothes. And so they'll keep a man purse or a backpack with a heavy arsenal in it or a man purse in their front or off in their back, and they're wearing flip flops and carrying on. And but you see these dudes.
Carrying on.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
just pay attention.
I love
to
it.
the
No, I
guys,
just love
guys
it.
in the man purse. They got flip flops with socks.
Mhm.
You know, and back in the
tacky-
day,
and-
everybody knew flip flops and socks. Socks was a tacky to wear dress, but everybody's walking around with flip flops and socks on. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
they're looking,
you're right.
they're looking stupid. You know, they don't even realize how stupid they look. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what are you doing? You know, it's always, if you're gonna carry a gun, you wear shoes with a heel. You know, just in case you got to run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reggie said they're Yeezy slides. Yeah, whatever.
Reggie, I'll explain that to him. I'll show you a
Okay.
picture of the Yeezy slide.
So, but you need to wear something with a heel because as soon as that action happens, them flip flops are going left, they're going right, and you're gonna be sitting there in your socks trying to deal with this. You know
And
what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you. You know, I gotta give you the 50% on the opposite side. I'm gonna tell you like this. I've seen dudes that I just knew they were gonna crash and burn, and they're pretty good with them flip flops. I've
Yeah.
seen full sprint. Yeah, full sprint, bro.
If you
They can take off
One
and
dude
run.
on a motorcycle, dude riding a motorcycle with flip flops on. I'm like, nah.
if you get them to where they are the exact size of your foot, and then you wear the socks that are thick enough to where it's like actually hugging your foot, you can run in them. I've done it. I did it for, like, you know, after you take your cleats off for football practice, you put your slides on. But if you wear big ass slides or the slides are tattered and fucked up, yeah, you're gonna eat shit. But
Yeah.
I know what he's talking about. I've seen people do very athletic
like,
movements,
holy
play
mo-
basketball
I'm
even
waiting.
in slides.
Yep.
And
Oh,
I'm like,
come
oh,
on,
you're
man.
gonna, oh, your ankle is over with. And it's like,
Eric.
nope.
Here we go. WK said he's seen a lot of guys wearing the tactical sling bags to carry their pistols in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's in the bag when you see it, which is a dead giveaway. And also, too, you know when they're about to operate it because the thing always comes in their front and they got one hand on it to keep it stabilized, or they got that hand on it to get that zipper pulled down.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or they'll run around with both their hands. One is on the zipper and the other hand's in the bag, even.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that is a clear indicator that guy's a threat. If you got your hand, one's on the zipper and one's in the bag, I'm going to be hyper alerted off you. And so they have to do that because their draw is a lot slower. And now some of these guys are not even drawing from those things. They're shooting straight through the bags,
Right.
because their gun is not in a holster in that bag. It's just sitting in there. If they can
and that's
get,
what I was saying earlier. Yep.
if they can get to that gun,
they're not.
they
gonna
will
get the
shoot
same
through
draw
that
twice.
bag and
Right.
get you. You know,
And
I've
they're not
seen
gonna
them.
get-
Yeah.
You're
Go
not
ahead,
gonna
Al.
get the same draw twice. You're not gonna get the same draw. The gun is not gonna be in the place where you put it when you
No.
last saw it. And that's the crazy thing. And I see these. It's like having a damn lipstick, bro.
Yeah.
It's in there somewhere. You just got to figure out where it is.
That's why they got to stage themselves. You know what I'm saying?
There's a video of like a whole bunch of guys. It's probably like New York or something like that, and they had issues with each other, and they met each other on the street, and all you see is one guy that had his gun out, all the
Yeah,
rest
just
of them had
put it in the
tied
bag.
to the sides to go and pull the gun out the bags, out of the skinny pants, and all of that stuff. It was wild.
Mhm.
It was
Damn.
wild. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
not. It took forever for the whole gunfight to even start. The one guy that had the gun out, he killed like 2 people. It was
Right.
wild
Right.
Mm-hmm.
before
Yeah.
they could even respond.
Because they're panicking, trying to get that thing out of the gun. They don't know, should I shoot through this expensive bag, or should I not shoot through this expensive bag, or should I pull it out? You know what I'm saying? So it's all that's going through their head because they never practice it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly. Hey
Yeah.
guys, before we forget, if you like what you see, give us a like, bro, and subscribe to the channel wherever you're watching. Whether you're on YouTube or Rumble, we can use the support.
yeah, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Rumble. YouTube is the Two Alphas Talk. Subscribe to the channel so you know when we come up. That's why you guys are here, because you guys knew when we came up live. And also on Rumble, the Two Alpha Talk in the search bar. You don't have to have a subscription or have the app for Rumble. You can actually do it on any internet browser and search for us. But if you're going to subscribe, you have to have a have to have a Rumble account. So when you have the Rumble account, you'll see the Rumble come up, and hit the thumbs up for us. And 702, what's up, my man? Haven't seen you in a bit, and appreciate you coming through. And like I said, hit the damn thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? But the off the body carry is the worst carry I ever seen, because a lot of you guys with the off the body carry, if you notice, if you ever watch people with the off the body carry, they'll carry those bags, but that bag eventually come off. You know what I'm saying?
What about when they put it down? Keep going.
Yeah, they'll take that bag off, they'll set it down, you know, and or the bag won't be next to them. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to carry off the body, leave the bag on. But if you're in a restaurant and you're sitting there with an off the body bag and you still got it on, I know it's in the bag. You know what I'm saying? You just gave it away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But see, me carrying concealed, I don't have to take mine off. I don't have to change my posture. I don't have to do anything. Mm-hmm. You're just looking at me and just look at that old gray old man over there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's wearing shorts, but he's got shoes with heels. You know what I'm saying? It's just an old man over there. He's not paying attention. He's harmless, you know? Yeah, I am. Exactly. I'm very harmless. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, don't rob me. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I'm not a fan of the off the body carry, not unless what Big Mike, what he said last week. Off the body carry is when you're going to have something heavy in there as a secondary. You know what I'm saying? Because, and that's a lot of people don't understand. If you're in a tactical situation and you're wearing tack gear and you got a pistol and a rifle, your rifle is the primary and your pistol is the secondary. If you're a civilian and you're walking around, your pistol is the primary and your rifle is the secondary. Don't get that confused, people. You know what I'm saying? So don't run around trying to grab your AKs as your primary, because what you're going to create is a scenario of an active shooter scenario. Ooh. And you're going to have all hell coming on you. So be careful with that one. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of you guys are running around with ARs and stuff in your backpacks, running around town, you know, and keeping those things and stuff and trying to do a quick deploy with that backpack, and it is not necessary to do that.
It doesn't work out.
No, it is not necessary to deploy all that heavy firepower. Just go with a pistol. And if you need all that heavy firepower and you need a stable platform, you probably need to get to the range a little bit more and practice shooting a little bit pistol. You know what I'm saying? Because that means your pistol skills are not up to par for you to be shooting a pistol. So now you got to go with that rifle. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get good with sights. Get yourself a Holosun red dot and put on there and train with that and get a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But yeah, that's our 2 cents on that. You know what I'm saying? You got anything to follow up on that, Omar and Al?
I'm in agreement.
That's it. I think what we said is dry fire from different positions, whether you're carrying ankle or you're carrying it. We don't recommend inside the bag, bottom of a bag. But they do make bags that have specific holsters in them. For ladies, and now there's some tactical bags out there for men.
But you're gonna pay for them now. They're the average bag is about $200.
Yeah, but if you want to do it right, you got to cry once and buy once, cry once. If you want to keep sticking it in the bottom of one of these former book bags and hope that it stays there, that's up to you. There's also guys that are out there.
They got tactical book bags.
But there's also guys out there that can put a Kydex holster inside a bag and then figure out a way to tighten it down. Put some Velcro inside of it. Put Velcro on the inside or outside of the holster. Connect the two. Boom. You're done. Put it in between two pieces so that it kind of wedges. Where you would put a laptop. Put it in two places. Put Velcro on both sides. Stick it in. Boom. You're there. Just make sure you clear that before you go to the airport. You might have
every day,
bro.
Every day. TSA is just catching people Well,
These
in
dudes,
the
they put a gun in their bag and forget about it and just keep on going. Like
Right. See,
3 months
702.
later, you still don't know. You didn't remember it.
Yeah, 702 said he has a backpack with Molly panels and attach your holster to the Molly panels. Yeah. So yeah,
Yep.
and a lot of the high end backpacks and stuff, they have an extra compartment just for your. It's a quick draw thing on the backpacks. It's in between your back and the backpack. So if you flip it around on one side, it's exposed and you can just reach your hand in there and grab your pistol. And most of the high-end bags are all designed. I got several of the high-end bags by some of the best makers out there, and I paid a pretty penny for them. Yeah, and each
You got
bag.
the one with the Kevlar panels on the inside of it.
The backpack, yeah, I do have that. That gets heavy, you know what I'm saying? And so it's good to have the panels in the backpack, but it gets heavy, man. I get tired of carrying weight, you know what I'm saying? And so I try not to carry as much weight on my shoulders as much as I can, you know what I'm saying? It's unnecessary. And it just reminds me of too much pain I already went through on that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
for real reason.
yeah, and I'm just like, why am I doing this to myself? There's no necessary reason for me to have all this weight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
So before we end, I got a piece that I talk to Tom from South River all the time during the week, and one of the things that we're writing back and forth, and I'm working with certain things we're trying to push out there. And one of the things he said the other day, and you guys will know Tom. Tom makes these things, and when you read it, and it's all text message, I'm like, dude, this is outstanding. This needs to be put out there. And he, you know what I mean? Okay. Anyway, but what he said was, we were talking about, and you will hear it, you'll understand. People don't understand that the purchase of a firearm has not given you authority. It has increased your responsibility with consequences. And we were talking about situations where people feel that they're Leos, as Uniform Tango just mentioned, because you got a gun. That doesn't make you kindred to nobody other than us, the Second Amendment community. You're not a government agent now. You don't get those the pleasures that they do. They got membership stuff. Membership has privileges. They let their guys move and do stupid things, and they overlook it. You're not getting that. No. So you got to walk the line and stay on as close to the line as possible. And you can't assume because you have a firearm and a weapons carry license or a concealed carry license, wherever you have in your state, that we're kindred now. No, you're not the same. You got government agents and you got civilians, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Be careful. Mm-hmm. Learn the law. Yeah. Uniform Tango said, that reminds me of my rucking days. Yeah, it does. I walked a lot of miles, and it sucked. And he said leg life. Yeah. The only a few people know what that means, but but yeah, that's the way I look at it nowadays. But I got to put a backpack on. I'm trying to keep that backpack below 35 pounds, and that's with a lot of firepower. You know what I'm saying? And I keep my backpacks. My backpacks have a loadout over 400 and something rounds. Each of my backpacks. You know what I'm saying? And I have one that has.
You imagine just a guesstimate, weight wise.
The heaviest I got is 34 something.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm running
substantial.
I don't run 5.56 in those things. I run 5.7.
5.7.
So 5.
Yeah,
you can
sense.
get away with it.
It's still heavy.
Yeah, you can get away with it if you run
5.7.
5.7.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
Uniform Tango is, you see, he said 35 pounds 10 miles later is going to have somebody crawling across the finish line.
Yeah.
No, not really. Not 35.
I said somebody. I didn't say you.
Oh, yeah.
Could have somebody.
The average rate of a back in my day, you'll carry 65 pounds. That's minimum. And then you're looking at the tack gear that you're carrying on your body. So it was a total of 110 pounds you carry. Plus the helmet, the weapon, and everything was 110. Okay. And a lot of people didn't realize that. They just thought that the 65-pound pack, and they thought, oh, that's nothing. But you add up everything else you got on your body is 110 pounds. Now, if you have 110 pounds, max I carried in my ruck was 120 pounds.
Right.
So you're looking at, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's a lot of weight.
Pain.
Oh, pain. Dude, I was crying. But I walked it, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to, you can't let them some bitches. You can't be no pussy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to do what you got to do. All facts, Mike Smith, brother, off the body is way too slow. Them EDC bags are not cheap, but you get what you pay for. Yeah, they buying them on Amazon. You can look at them. They got all the Gucci symbols on them and all the what's the other one? Louis Vuitton symbols and stuff like that on the bags. Yeah. It's not even Louis Vuitton. It's just some guy that got a material that's made the damn thing in China, and they selling it. Oh, they look Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. Yeah, I know you was talking about the round count, uniform tango. Yeah, we'll talk offline on that. And and Mike said that's a good point. You're not a cop. So don't act like a cop. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people they haven't gotten that, especially on the new folks, on newcomers.
Yeah, because they got these flashlights on their guns, and the first thing they want to do is hunting people down.
They're putting their weapons carry license as the first thing in their wallet. It's like,
yeah.
So that means when you go to make a purchase and you got to go to wallet, that person is you're making a purchase of just getting ice cream or getting something for the kids. They see your weapons carry license now.
Yeah, or you get pulled over with a traffic stop. The first thing they see is that weapons carry license, especially in the state of Georgia. They're not allowed to ask if we have a weapon, but if they see that weapons carry license, it gives them probable cause to ask where that weapon is at. You know, and you have to tell them
at this point
because he just saw your weapons license. You know what I'm saying?
And then you're gonna get one of those things. I don't know if Preston's gonna watch this, but then you're gonna get a Preston thing where they're gonna say, "For my safety," or "I feel." What do you say? Threatened. I'm afraid, fearful of my life.
And can you step out the car so I can just pat you down and clear you and get you away from the car? And you're gonna be like, "No, I'm one of the good guys." Now it's going to turn into a problem.
Yep. Dude, what about my man that came out there the last time he did a talk, and he said he wasn't getting out. He would get your supervisor. How do you think that's going to go over?
Man, just get out.
Get your supervisor.
Just get out the car.
Yeah, like
get out the car. And just if you got a gun on you, especially in the state of Georgia, Al got dumped. Let me see what I bring back. Yeah, Al got dumped. Especially he's been running some. Oh, we got dumped.
Well,
we both got dumped. There he is. He came back in. Yeah, we all got dumped.
Not me.
So yeah, you wasn't on air. No, you wasn't on air. You
didn't see me.
No. You left. Yeah. The Chris Rock has a video on how to deal with police, which is true.
Oh shit!
And that video, it's funny, but some of that stuff is in that video is actually true. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of it is, if a police officer asks me to step out the car, first thing I'm not gonna let them be surprised. I'm gonna let them know, hey, I got a gun on my hip and it's at the 3:00. I'm gonna, how you want to proceed. Give them that option what they want me to do. You know, if they tell you just go ahead and exit the car, okay, I'm gonna grab the door. I'm gonna explain everything. You know, I'm gonna keep my hands visible. I'm gonna grab the door with my left hand, get out. My hands are gonna be up. I'm gonna play, and I'll do whatever you want me to do after that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they're gonna try to disarm you. Just let them disarm you, and just let them know there's a freaking bullet in the chamber, because you don't want them hitting that trigger and shooting you. You know what I'm saying? And giving an accidental discharge. You know what I'm saying? But let's be straight up. It's not gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying?
But it's also the law.
It's the law.
Responsibility of everybody in the car when he pulls them over.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't say, "Well, I'm not doing it. I'm not." Okay, you can do it one way or the other, and that's what some of the
easy way or the hard way.
Oh boy,
were a little offended because they're former retirees of law enforcement and police officers in particular, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you gonna get out," and I had to settle them down. Like, yep, you know what? You're absolutely right. I said, I don't know what he's talking about. So that part, I couldn't agree with dude. All the other stuff, he did a good job. But when he got to that part and he's saying that he's going to call a supervisor and I'm not getting out this car until you going to get out and I don't need a supervisor.
Yeah.
I need no, that's your request. That doesn't mean I have to honor it.
Yeah. 'Cause you gotta look at, and it's a thing called verbal judo that police officers use. And when they use that word for their safety, that means they're about to escalate this thing, and their safety is more important than your life.
Well,
So,
their safety includes your life.
yeah,
It
and,
includes
well,
your
you
life, because they're responsible for the
life.
entire scene. They
Okay.
can kill you, yeah. But
Yeah.
the point is, if an officer pulls you over on traffic stop, he's responsible for you, not only for you during the time that he has you stopped, but also making sure that you get back into traffic safely.
Okay.
So he just pulls over, and I've seen it here where guys get mad at somebody or whatever, or something else happens, they pull off and they leave a little old lady on the side of the road. If she gets out in the traffic and you know picks the wrong opportunity to go to,
So that's why they hesitate and wait.
that's why they wait for you to go, because they're responsible to make sure that you get back on the road and roll out.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
You're detained at that time, so that's a quasi imprisonment, bro. You can't leave. That's why I was like, I don't know what this guy's talking about. He's like, I'm gonna get you. I don't need a supervisor. I've been doing this by myself for a long time now, and buddy, you either gonna give me the driver's license or I'm gonna get it. Just one way or the other. You gonna give it to me?
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it.
And if I get on this radio and call some more folks, we really gonna get it. And then you may be pulled out through this windshield. Or one of these side windows.
I've seen the videos on YouTube. I spend hours watching people get arrested on YouTube. It is actually funny because every person that gets pulled out of those cars says the exact same thing. They do the exact same thing.
I know,
and it's hilarious.
If you knew your rights, you wouldn't be getting dragged out of a windshield.
Right. Yeah, I know my rights. Yeah, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
And the police officers, especially nowadays, they ask these people like 10, 20 times, just step out. We don't want to escalate this to a felony. And they tell you, we don't want to escalate this to, we don't want to give you more charge. They be telling you what's about to happen. And the people do it anyway.
They don't listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We need to have
on top of that with the body.
that.
The body cameras are telling too, because now the officer done said it 15 times, and you're still refusing to just comply with something simple of, let me see a driver. Tell me what I did. Let me see a driver's license. Tell me what, I'll let you know the charges once you tell me what driver's license registration.
Yeah,
I'm not giving it to you. Like, are you serious? That's your responsibility.
You gotta identify.
Have you taken a driver's test?
Yeah, you have to identify once you get pulled over. Yeah,
exactly.
But it is so funny, man. We can do a whole show on that. That's us.
I wrote that down too.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the next show. Let's see. Next Friday we won't be here, guys. I got to go out of town and see my uncle. You know what I'm saying? It's his 102-year-old birthday, so I gotta go check him out, and hopefully it won't be my last time seeing him. And so we're gonna go see what that's all about. Flying out of town and also other good stuff, and check him out. Yeah. And so it won't be a show next week, but I will have a reel going and showing probably our first video and some of the other videos. First 3 videos, how this thing all got started and where it went from there. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I'll pick something, put it together, and make something up. And don't think you're slick. I got cameras at my house, you son of bitches. So, and Cobb County is very quick to respond. So don't fuck around over here. You know what I'm saying?
It took a turn. It escalated very quickly.
Just letting them know, you know, because I broke an OPSEC rule. You know what I'm saying?
He kept on going too. You got real comfortable with it. I'm like,
yeah, I broke an OPSEC rule.
I'm getting on a plane. Yeah. And at 8:42 we'll be boarding. And the plane is going.
But I'm not telling you when I'm leaving and when I'm coming back. So you're not gonna know that. Don't let me come back. You know what I'm saying? And but we have a police program out here, and they check on your houses and stuff. So I think that's about it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You guys got anything?
Protect the second. Take somebody to the range with you.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Quit being pussies. And we'll see you guys on the range.
Great.
All right, guys.